Welcome to the Elder Kings. For too long have we sat around as a tadpole in the primordial waters of Aquistion doing absolutely fun. For many years, for 2 episodes, for many years, we've sat around doing absolutely nothing. Now it's time to make the Duchy of the filthy, just disgusting, horrible slug creatures. That's what we're going to do. I want to try and form a kingdom, but I don't know how quickly we can get that done. A couple of things I should point out just before we start off, because there have been a lot of comments about this. Number one, this does not work with the SVM version, to my knowledge, of the Elder Kings. I can only assume that it would if you want to edit the dependencies yourself by opening up the mod file, changing it from Elder Kings to Elder Kings SVN, or whatever the hell that happens to be called. Go and look that up if you want more information. I'm not going to do like a whole guide or anything, because it's, you know, I'm making it for the current release. Secondly, I have also started adding trade routes to Aquistion. They're not quite finished yet, so I'm gonna... Well, they're not in the current episode, but they are kind of half done. Hopefully those will be done by tomorrow, and then we can actually start on the on the economy side of things as well. But I know for a lot of people that's something they might be interested in, even if they're not playing a slow, just getting trade routes across Aquistion. So might be something worth downloading just if you want to play over here in a different continent. So last episode we spent all of our time and money and effort and gold and effort and money on building a city, which we now have. The city of Conquest. Okay, you know what? I think we'll name that after our poor dead son, Chort-Hut. We're going to rename it to that. So it's going to be the city of Chort instead, because that also sounds fairly Sloadish, you know? I mean, it is a Sload name, so you kind of expect that. We've got enough boats to actually go to war. Oh, no, wait, we have all but one boat, don't we? I remember now. It's all coming back to me. Can we split this in half? We can. Okay, nothing to worry about in that case. So I think we go, hey, my friend, declare war, ducal conquest of Tangon. In fact, because they're event-spawned troops, we can, when these boats have reinforced... Oh, shit, I thought they'd reinforced already. When they've reinforced, we can basically put our people out onto the boats and sit outside their capital, like moving into their capital one day away. That way, hopefully, as we declare war and as we unpause, the AI won't be able to react quick enough. They won't be able to raise troops quick enough to be able to counter our ground landing. I don't know whether enough 1,600 men. Is that going to be enough? How much have they got? Oh, they've only got 800 dudes. Why? Have they been to war? He's also been hiding as well, which kind of implies to me they've been to war. His wife's also dead. Yeah, I think they've been raided or something recently, because as you can see here, they've lost some of their kids. Oh, so his wife burnt his child, murdered his child, and then he murdered his wife or something along those lines. Who knows? It's all monkey politics. We won't worry about that too much. All we need is our boats to reinforce a little bit more. We're 8 out of 23. Oh, God, is there like a spell we can cast? Open spellbook, open cloth, and let's see what we can do here. Increase local levy. I assume that just increases, yeah, levy size. Okay, so increase local recruitment. I assume it's levy reinforcement rate. Boats are affected by levy reinforcement rate, right? I don't entirely know now in hindsight. Your boats are part of your levy, but I don't know if it's affected by, you know, obviously, you know, you casting a spell to make people reinforce wouldn't affect boats. I also don't know if that's true of the base game. I need to look that up. Navigator of Aquistion is in need of someone who can negotiate a purchase with some independent sellers. Say no more. I am an expert in these things. Art deal. 38% chance to gain 15 gold. What's the highest you can get out of this? 30 gold, huh? It's always a decent amount. Oh, speaking of decent amount, debase my mints. Holy shit. Thank you, Papa. What else have we got? I do want to build more boats, because obviously we can summon as a Sload as many undead units as we can, because Sloads are proficient in necromancy. My only concern with that is I don't think we can upgrade any more short-getting tech points, can we? Let's just take a quick look through here, and we might need other buildings, at which point it's not such a big deal. So military docks needs shipbuilding level 5. Wow, okay, shit. We could also just obviously invest into shipbuilding. That gives us like another 10% galleys. Yeah, it's not a huge amount, but it is still measurable. It will still help out a lot, especially if we get a lot of buildings. We could also build a temple too, seeing as that gives us access to a lot of magics, and Sload are just natural magicians. Or magicians? Wizards, I think is the right word for it. They're not going to do fucking card tricks or something. Watch this handkerchief disappear. What else have we got? Tax modifier, local tax. Oh, that's not bad. 1 gold for... wait, 49 gold investment. You got 1 gold and... Wow, that's very good. Okay, let's absolutely build one of those. An administrative center. It's only got 9 boats. This is a time-lapse time, isn't it? Now, another thing we can do, and this was asked by someone on Discord, is can't we just summon ghost ships? I think you have to be level 4, like a master mage, I think it's called, before you can summon ghost ships. Now, oh, we also need to obviously get an heir, so let's check on our brood. Courtier named Thras appears in our court. Hello, Thras. I'm going to assume they can't spawn as genius or anything like that either. Let's go for magic then. Let's train you in... It is faith, isn't it, that you want to get magic. Designate them as our heir so we don't get a game over just in case. I don't know if Sload die of old age. It's 48. We'll have to keep a close eye on that one. Right, assign Guardian. Let's go for... Seeing as, like, we've got, obviously, a lot of long-lived Sload here. We've got Jauba. I think they are naturally very long-lived. I think they're like elves in that regard, so we won't worry about it too much. I think we'll educate our son as well, because nobody is a particularly good educator, so we at least have some control over the events that might happen to fire with that one. Plus, going for magic anyway, so there is a chance you can get level 4 mage. That's what we're kind of aiming for, too, is to get that legendary mage, because that's going to be really the driving force of the campaign. I mean, it's just true of the Elder Kings that mage is ridiculously OP. Like, it's got its own dedicated system, it's got its own spellbook system and everything else. It is more powerful than the other doctrines, or the other educations, I should say, especially as a long-lived character. You know, it's very difficult to, as a human, get to that height of legendary mage, because, you know, you're going to drop down dead at the age of 80 unless you find a way to become immortal. Not that I've ever found a way to do that, of course. The buildings Laz was looking to reinforce should be torn down and replaced with sturdier houses. Sure, so we go for that one. So for us, becoming a legendary mage is, you know, something that is very much viable, and it is just stronger than all the others. I mean, maybe military to some extent wouldn't be so bad, seeing as we haven't got a lot to work with anyway. Armed with a chest of gold provided by the navigators of Aquistion, I find myself at a lumber camp, and we're going to pocket, hopefully, a little bit of extra gold here. Again, like I said, we actually got the 30 gold out of that one. And we got the debasement. That's twice that's happened in a row. I wonder if they're interlinked at all. I would assume not. I think it's very much just a coincidence. Jabba admires the ambition of Count Kanakra. Thank you. We're going to teach Jabba how to use his milkshake to bring all the boys to the yard. Do you want to drink Jabba's milkshake? Just take a look at that and tell me you wouldn't. My court physician, Nagasta. Okay. I suggest I buy him some better surgical. Sure thing, Kyburn. Let's swell you a little alchemist lab there. Pleased to hear that after a period of peace and shrewd management, Thayala is doing well. Incredible. All it took was just a disgusting, horrible slug creature. And he gained 2 learning. I don't think of all the characters we want to empower with more learning and more magical ability, Nagasta is one of them. I mean, he is, like I said, he's the main antagonist of the Redguard game, so maybe I should play through that on Steam. We did try, sorry, on stream, over on Twitch. We did try and play through Battlespire, but it was so dated and the controls were so incredibly janky. Like, that's the type of game you would have to really rebind all the keys and maybe download like a DX wrapper or something, because to just, you know, I installed it, I bought it on GOG, installed it, and tried to play it on stream, and it was just not something possible. We killed a couple of imps, so that was fun. They were literally just small men with wings. It's very strange. Old Elder Scrolls used to be really surreal, huh? So, how are we doing? Have I killed enough? We've got 16 boats. You know what? That's enough. That's really all we need. So, let's go to this boy, declare war, Duke of Conquest of Tangong, and then we drop these boys on the boats, and then, oh, I should have moved them into position first, you idiot. We even agreed to this. Doesn't matter. Luckily, they haven't got any troops anyway, because they only had those 800 or whatever. Put those guys on there, and now what we can do is we can basically daisy chain our troops over there. So even if they do start to falter, these guys... Oh, it's a shame you can't set a move route off boats, so set them to go there and then set them off again. Luckily, we can reinforce, not that we needed to anyway, that's okay. We'd have been fine regardless. I think even with a full levy, they wouldn't have stood a goddamn chance. Let's stop them from raiding. In fact, we could have set them as raiders, raided this place down, and then... actually, that's a much better idea. Raid it down, and then flip them over to siegers, and then siege it down afterwards. Haughty. Haughty is the bad one, right? Proud, arbitrary, cruel, or vain. But we are slowed. I'll show that filthy tadpole. That's never been more appropriate, huh? As I turned, the dog bit me in the ankle, and Thras managed to get away. It's since been skulking around eyeing me with hatred. What, the dog or my child? Okay, so we'll mark you back to... Oh, you have to be at peace. Shit. Oh, I had the perfect opportunity then. Doesn't matter either way, because we're obviously going to get shit, seeing as it's going to be ours. Then we can make a duchy, I believe. Is that what we need for Thayala, the Duchy of Thayala there? We'll have to rename it to something a little more slowly. Oh, shit, this island also counts. So this is in a fairly precarious situation, especially if we grab this isle as well. We're very close to the Kamal Empire, dear Kamal. Those guys also have only 10,000 men. I thought it'd be kind of more impressive than that. Blood of Adasum. That's a cool... I love that they've added, like, bloodlines for these just random, vaguely historical characters. So he was killed against High King Yoren of Skyrim there. High King Yoren of Skyrim. Is that not, what's his name? That's not, he was the guy that founded... Oh, God, Winterhold. My extended universe sort of Elder Scrolls lore is all confusing. He's the guy that built Winterhold, right? I honestly don't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much. Right, let's get to it. So this is gone. We could become a duke. That's going to unlock some new decisions for us just from the virtue of being a duke. We can obviously do basic stuff like make crown focus, but there are also certain decisions just in the base game that can't fire unless you are a duke. And there are certain Elder Scrolls decisions as well that we can't undertake. We're going to face off with the bandit leader. Oh, nice. We gain 25 prestige and 3% chance of our veterancy with leadership. So the Elder Scrolls, one of my favorite systems that included the Elder Kings, is it has that sort of dynamic leadership system. So the more battles you fight and the more battles you come out of, the higher your leadership trait will be. So it's one thing to have obviously an education in martial, but it doesn't make really much sense that a 16-year-old kid who was just educated well can be a much better military commander than someone who's had years and years and years of practice, right? So I do like the addition of that little system. I'd love to see that in the base game. I guess they kind of tried to do that with the Warriors Societies, whatever the hell they're called, but it doesn't really work, huh? Right, nice. Okay, that's fantastic. Obviously, these guys are event spawns, so we don't need to put them down. And this is our final one. How many troops have they got? Because we could just swipe up the whole thing. I suppose there's no reason not to. What does it cost us to declare this war? Let's take a look. We lose 100 favor, not that we give a shit about that, and 28 gold. I mean, now's the time to do it. If we've got favor languishing in our treasury, we might as well just spend it as soon as possible, huh? Luckily, we do have just enough boats, and this place can also provide boats, which is just the world's best news. Right, let's merge them together, get you on there, and move them over. In hindsight, we don't really want to be raiding places that we're about to own, otherwise it'll have the looted or scorched or burnt or whatever the hell the malice is called. And then we'll have to deal with that for a while. I'd rather just siege it the old-fashioned way and get the recently conquered. Yeah, that is still in this. Okay. Get the recently conquered instead, rather than everything stacking together. Although I suppose if it fades before recently conquered, it wouldn't really make too much difference. This is very inside baseball, and it's completely irrelevant as well. Nice, we've done it. Okay. Sweet. So what is the kingdom here? Because obviously there's the... It's langed in all of it. Oh, shit, it actually is. Oh, no, like, these islands up here are still monkey islands, but they don't actually count. So we can make this sort of slowed hegemony. Oh, God, Dear Kamal have part of it. I don't really want to be going to war with those guys. Oh, shit, they've actually must have conquested that recently then. When did you get that? History. So is that since we've started playing? Almost certainly not. We've definitely not been playing over 100 years. No. Okay, so that's part of the bookmark. Then it just originates as a Tangmo Island. I thought they'd been like aggressively expanding up into their territory, because if that is the case, then we've just painted a massive target on our back here. But I don't think we need to worry about that too much. Right, get rid of these boys. Perfect. Okay, we're going to leave those troops there for exactly that reason. Just in case Kamal think, boy, that looks like a squishy, easy to defeat slug. Then they might want to move over and try and attack our island. So we'll leave our troops there just as a sort of defense force. They actually do reinforce. Wow. I guess because we're summoning the more bodies of the undead. That's my headcanon. The charismatic preacher has convinced me that... Sorry, I've embraced their cult. If we do that, nothing happened, right? I kind of remember now. Event OPC 39010. Absolutely do that one. I don't know why we're getting that. Also, one thing I've noticed as well, I don't know what the hell's causing this. We've got like these things you see on the like clickable flags on the domain. I don't know what that is, and I don't know why it's there, but I've noticed it in the Game of Thrones mod as well. Must be one of the mods I use in all of my series, like Artifact Search or something like that. It's probably updated for the current version of CK2, and not obviously compatible with the older versions, which both this and Game of Thrones are both playing on. Anyway, let's make ourselves a Duke, the kick-ass Duke. There we go, alright. Duke Kanakra, the scholar, has created the Duchy of Thyala. We need to rename that, that's not very slowly. What about... I'm trying to think of, like... Ah, I've got it. Is it 2 A's? Nah, shudder. I think it's spelled like that, isn't it? I need to Google this. I'm sorry, my expert Star Wars knowledge is failing me here. Nah, shud... Oh, I got it the wrong way around. Okay, so it's 1 A at the start, double A at the end. Shad... Ah, like that, right? Oh, it's double D. Shit. Okay, there we go. And then adjective. Hotties, I think, is the actual Star Wars term for them. There we go. We got Narshada. That's perfect. And then what's the Null Hutter is the actual main thing, so that can be our kingdom level title. We could debase the mints again. It would be kind of cool if Slowed got an increased chance to debase the mints, because, you know, as I said many times, they're a bit cutthroat, they're a bit underhanded, they don't really give a shit about what the people think of them. That would also make kind of some sense here. I'm coming up with a lot of extra things I'm thinking of that would be kind of cool to add to them, to make them like a unique, dynamic playable race, so they get a lot of bonuses, like to necromancy and debasing the mints, and, you know, Slowed not giving a fuck about tyranny or arbitrariness, but in return, you know, you've got to worry about a lot of other races hating you, or obviously you're shitty at martial, or you will get arbitrary and wrath and all those kind of not necessarily as good traits. Maybe Craven as well would be a good one thrown. The Navigators of Akavir is in need of someone who can negotiate a purchase. They're always coming to us, huh? To sell us into a deal, and we will take even more gold. We're sitting on a mountain of gold. And again, it's kind of a combination of the Navigators of Akavir here. How the hell are we this far away from leveling up? Hopefully we are sort of biologically not immortal, but at least long-lived, because we will be able to get a decent way through here. City build cost, city build time. We could build just a shit ton of cities then, couldn't we? Make a whole bunch of gold. That would be kind of fun. Rakil begged me to help him become as successful as me. It was always disgusting how admirable, how he admired my ambition and success. Teacher, but I've got to charge. What would be kind of fun as well, maybe as our next character, not taking necromancy immediately, and playing through the Transcendent Architects, and allowing, and like, legalizing necromancy. Now, I know you can do that for Tamriel's Wizard Guild. Was it Mage's Guild? Not me, I'm confusing two different fantasy worlds here. So you can do that with the Mage's Guild of Tamriel. I don't know if you can do it with this one. I'd assume you can, because they're probably identical, but this one's just coloured in to look, you know, kind of vaguely Akaviri, right? So we'll try that if we can with our next character and introduce the people of Akavir to the wonders of necromancy. Oh, why not? Let's write a book. Seeing we got a shit ton of gold, we might as well spend it on something. So, stewardship. Obviously, stewardship. I will always go for stewardship if the option is there, because the stewardship books are just so OP. Lately, I found myself worrying about my son, Thras. The lad is bought believing in false gods who can offer him nothing but illusions and hollow promises. I shall read him, The Voice of Nirn. See if we can get him to convert. There's a chance of becoming Idolizer. I mean, Idolizer is good anyway. 71% chance. Okay, so what happens here then? So, one of two options will happen. Either he becomes the Cult of Nirn, or he becomes an idolizer and becomes a bitter rival of mine, and we're guaranteed to get out of patience. I mean, I'd love him to get idolizer regardless, because that can lead to erudite, which is obviously good. Or zealous as well would be fantastic. Uncouth, who gives a shit? We're slug people. I'll give this one more try. We actually converted him over. I actually really did want him to get idolizer though, because obviously we're training him in what are we training him in now? Oh, did I not? Oh, right, there we go. So he's older. Shit, what a garbage son. He's not going to be a good wizard, I'm afraid. And the good part is, we can obviously, if we've got the gold for it, and it's like every year or so, we can check on the brood again and get another one, and then we can just designate whatever our successor we want is, and the rest we can turn into soap when we reform the religion. Navigates of Akavir is in need of someone who can purchase more stuff. So speaking of which, then, that should probably be our next immediate goal, right? Besides forming a kingdom, should be to grab up these holy sites. So we need to build a temple in our capital first and foremost. It's going to be kind of difficult saving up that much gold without investing some first, so I'm not just going to sit on this 200 gold until it becomes 300, 400, you know, 700 or whatever it is we need for that. I think we will spend this as much as we can to try and build up our tax a little bit more. So let's take a look here, see what gives, anything that gives tax income is fantastic. We've got 0.5, oh, they're all fairly cheap, huh? Small Town Hall is kind of like your base building, that's your foundation that you build on. So we'll go for that one, even though it doesn't give a sort of measurable immediate bonus. It will be good for the future. So we can also set our crown title now, can't we? So we'll go for Thyala, we'll just buff this one up as much as possible. Also might want to build a, oh, look at that, islands. I think Sload should get a bonus in islands, seeing as they are disgusting, just filthy, disgusting frog creatures. Build a new shrine, also not a bad idea. That can obviously give us a lot of tech points. Tech points is more or less just magic to some extent. That's what temples are essentially built for, and obviously temples aren't really temples. They're sort of wizard academies, might be a better way to sum that up. Then we've got trade posts, but obviously we can't build any of those quite yet. I'll try and get that done for tomorrow, though. Complete the mission, buying game successfully, and we lose? Oh, we actually failed. Shit. Wow. So we complete the mission successfully, which I can only assume is a bug, because that's going to give them a successful mission, but we lose the renown. Oh, there's no wonder they've got plus 103%, because they can't fail missions. Oh, suddenly we're part of the most... Oh, is that true for all of them? It definitely seems to be, huh? So the societies can't ever lose it. Maybe that's just not a mechanic they've got included in the Elder Kings right now. So like in the base game, for example, the lower the influence the devil worshippers have... Oh, that sucked. The lower the devil worshippers have, the less likely they are to be able to kidnap people. Is kind of the primary one used out of that. Ooh, chance of becoming cruel or slovenly. There, let's go for cruel. Why the hell not? Oh, he actually got slovenly. Okay. Intrigue, stewardship, that does suit Therem Daha of Nar Shaddaa. Slovenly individuals care little for their appearance and cleanliness, devoting their time to other areas of life. That's fine, honestly. It's general opinion -5, but who really gives a shit at this stage? What was I talking about? Yeah, so I guess maybe there are just no mechanics that revolve around influence in this. So, I've talked about this event specifically many times before, and just doing the back of the napkin math so we can work out whether or not it's worth it for us. So, from it's just city tax it gives, right? City tax, castle tax. Okay, so we are getting both. So, we can say that we're getting 29 gold per year from this one. It's currently going to cost us 91 gold, so they actually have a scaling on this one as well, I guess, because our gold is just so low anyway. So, 91 gold, we get 3 gold per year, and that lasts... How many years does it last? Like 5 years to start off with here. It's not worth it at all, is it? No, I don't think it is. It's too expensive. It's not worth it. Just running the numbers off the back of my head. Write it down in the comment section if you don't believe me, and you'll see that it doesn't quite add up. Like the amount of gold. If we built like loads of tax building and stuff, it could potentially pay for itself if we took out a loan to play cleverly. I'm not going to do that. On a courtesy visit to the abbot of a local monastery, you observe a group of monks translating... Ah, of course, the monks of Akavir. I guess this is the transcendent architects, whatever the hell they're called. 20% chance of getting one learning is always fantastic if you're a wizard. We didn't get shit. What was I going to say? We probably should see if we can visit the actual library. So we're still studying our specialization. We are. Those take so long to fire. Those are like a very rare event. So you actually want to visit the marketplace, and I want to see how much it costs to Oh, it's 100 gold to get a book at a time. Just start building up our stats. The earlier we do that, the better. Because it's sort of like every sort of year or so, you might find a book and it might give you a stat, or you might get nothing and buy a new book. It's very, very good if you've got, like I was saying, a long-lived character. So that could offer us a lot of bonuses. And again, we can debase some more mints, huh? Wow, that's it's pretty insane. Okay, so what we want to do is probably how do we get rid of the natives? Oh, hang on, I remember we have to pass a law, don't we? So resettlement, we can go for purges. This allows for use of enclaves and expulsion. Purge the monkeys, cleanse the unclean, purge the heretic, all that nonsense. So what can we go for then? We've got 4 supporters: Nagasta, Golga, Vermib, and Rakil, and Jabba is against it. You know what, Jabba? Look at all this I've done for you. We've got Nar Shaddaa on the Eastern Rim. Okay, that's very good. Right, okay, I didn't even realize. Sure. So now we right click on this and then we is it the flag? How do we do it again? It's like it's spell natives. Maybe you have to unpause for a while and just see. Honestly, don't remember how to do it. I thought you right click on the province and you say like get to fuck. I guess not, huh? I'll look up how we do that. Unless I'm misreading the file that is to do with sort of resettlement and purges and that type of thing, it seems like you can only do it if it's your capital. So we could always move our capital over to Tangom and purge them. I'm pretty sure when we were playing in the SVM version, we were able to resettle. I don't remember. It doesn't matter too much anyway, because they'll probably naturally convert over time. We pass a law for it. I guess it is just if it is your capital. Can we like right click on this one? No. Oh well, it doesn't matter too much. What we can do now, though, is pretty fantastic. So we've actually got more boats, like a lot of boats available to us. We can actually raise our personal domain troops. We can raise our fleets, and we can go off raiding everywhere, basically. So this is going to be pretty fantastic for us, because it means we can actually start getting on board with Nimira. We get the Ring of Nimira, that will make people like us a lot more. Or is it gives us power? I don't remember which one it is. Proves subterfuge for physical resilience, but it, like, disgusts people or something like that. I don't remember which way around it is. And obviously we can get, like, Wealth of Oblivion, which can give us armor, weapons, that type of thing. I don't know if Sload can equip it. Maybe Nimira will send us some Sload-specific armor, some nice fitted Daedric mail or something. Make decay feed new life. So that is if we have a depopulated province, we can immediately hit them with that. Might be useful if we want to weaponize the Thrasian Plague. Oh, good. My son wants to take the vows. Absolutely not. What is wrong with you, you weird boy? Wants to go and become I guess the Sload equivalent to take the vows has become like a horrible necromancer, which is fine. Obviously, that'd be great, but, you know, not good for gameplay. Right, okay, let's land over here, then mark them as raiders, and let's head off and see what we can find out here in Akavir. So we've given them a lot more time. Last time we checked what artifacts we had available to us were like 30 years ago. So we can go and check what they've got. And we've also got economy advances. Ooh, I'm going to go for construction level 1 if you don't mind. All right, let's take a look then. So reset all. Let's go Diplo range, yes. And this will basically narrow it down to just everybody in Akavir. And then at that stage we'll... Sorry? Crown. That's... You think that's in Diplo range? Or not then? Oh, there are Nords as well. Oh, wow. Okay, so Diplo range is much larger than I thought. Huh. Very strange. Okay, well, it doesn't matter too much. Let's just go rare artifacts, and we know what the Akaviri people look like, so they're all very, very distinct, right? So, rare artifacts. Okay, and let's see what we've got kicking around. So, ideally, we want to go for ruler, yes, because you can't obviously raid people who are unlanded. And we'll take a look here. So, we've got Fringo, the mayor of Huana, has... Let's take a look. Oh, a map of Nirn is fantastic. Stewardship +1, diplomacy +1, monthly prestige, movement speed, etc. Smithing a worthy endeavor gives +1. Stewardship, not exactly what we need, but it's obviously better than not having it. You are definitely on my hit list. Got Happy, who has Iron Hilt's Katana, which is very good. Oh, the Ring of Sunfire is fantastic too. Okay, so there are actually some good artifacts in the game right now. They've actually managed to get a lot of stuff spawned in. Don't really want a Mud Crab, gonna be honest with you. Nachukak's Fire and Faith. Diplomacy and learning. So we're looking at any sort of, I guess, rings of like, this like Warlock's ring or something like that. Let's type in, okay, no Warlock. Let's type in just ring. See what we can pull up on this one then. Ring of Happiness, pretty decent. I think that gives like general opinion or something, right? Map collection, also very, very good. Look at that. Wow. Diplomacy +3, month prestige, movement speed. It's actually an upgrade, a direct upgrade of the map of Nirn, huh? Where are you? Because I would really like that one, just basically as soon as possible. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the Sayesi are not on the coast, so that's going to make it a little more tricky. Not impossible, but a little more tricky. Okay, so let's head off, troops. Let's go, team. Good work. We've got more or less a decent amount of troops for our boats here. Got to remember, a lot of them are just garbage undead skeletons. They are terrible at combat. I think they're basically just the equivalent of light infantry. They're really not too good at all. So we want to head over to here. Now, I don't know if we can raid this guy successfully, because he looks as if he's hiding away. Obviously, he's in a temple too. Was it this one, or was it... Oh, shit, was it... Hang on, I need to check. I think it might be this one. At which point we're not going to get through this, are we? Are we? Okay, hang on. Where was that? Maybe I should just have a map collection and find like somebody on the coast or someone in 1,000 Islands or something. What have you got, my friend? Map of Nirn. Maybe we should just go for that one. Oh, well, we'll try it. We'll try it anyway, because I'm not... I didn't mark them as raiders. Holy shit. I always do that. That's it, Kamal. I can't stand you anymore. Get the hell out of here. Okay, time to visit Tang Ong. Sure, why not? And we can actually raid them. So we can't get any gold out of this as far as I know, but we can get the artifacts, can't we? So who's leading the troops? We've got Duredin, we've got Natantri, and we've got Rakil. Not fantastic, but they'll do nonetheless. Are these boys actually able to... They are able to reinforce, even though we are taking attrition, because they are, like I said, they're undead. So, oh, this could go in our favor if they want to attack that. Now, it could prevent us from obviously sieging the rest of it down. That would suck. No, they are undead, so they are garbage. We got absolutely smashed. So these are our undead, I assume, here. 1,512 just gone in the drop of a hat. Okay. Maybe we'll come back. Maybe we'll come back to the Sayesi, because those guys are... Oh, obviously, island hopping is a lot easier. You drop your troops down. Oh, God. The diplomat. Yeah, some diplomat you are. We're just going to immediately just go... Oh, he's the guy with the kingdom level title that we wanted. All right, then. Time to do some slowed magic, I think, team. Ah, nice. Some threat. Let's do it. Open spellbook. Open cloth. And then we summon some undead. Give me your undead. Yes, good. 3,000. Bring them. Let them come. So what we're going to do, actually, we can kind of skim this up a little bit as well. Ooh. My liege, while serving Thealara, I've discovered a cache of buried treasure. Gold? I think it was just gold. So what we can do with this is we can bait the AI out. This sort of classic tactic that I love using just all the goddamn time. Right, let's put as many people on the boats as possible. So it looks as if it's just a fresh, juicy target. They're going to think, oh, there's only 800 men there. The fools. We're going to put a good commander so they can hold out while we re-land the troops. We're going to do this. Merge these boys together. Rakil has no marshal and he's a commander. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Thank you, Rakil. No valid candidate. Shit, because we're filthy, disgusting, just horrible slowed. Let's employ a marshal? Question mark? Pot opera. Sure, I should make you a commander. Welcome. Alright, so we want to put a decent commander on this one as well. So we go to Natantri and we go Pot opera. Is it better to have nobody? I think it is better to have nobody than somebody, right? Oh, he's blind. Well, that explains a lot. All right, never mind then. So they're going to take a look and they're going to think, oh, their capital is only defended by 800 men. What a stupid bunch of squishy, easy-to-defeat, tasty slug people. They're going to land, and then we, my friends, we are going to turn up and... Are they movement locked? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Here we go. Well, I mean, also, that was a horrible tactic, even if we didn't have troops to reinforce with. You absolute fools. Turn up, roast them. They're dropping more troops. No. Are you insane? I mean, they are undead. Oh, we can. There's just a button to adopt an orphan, apparently. Wasn't expecting them to drop more troops. What does that imply? That implies they might have more troops. Tribal vassals, maybe? Nope. They have a maximum of 2,500 troops, and they're taking a... They're obviously taking a naval landing. Okay. Well, that was impressive. I think we'll be fine in this war. You know, something gives me a lot of faith here. We might, however, have to launch the counterattack. Oh, that's the capital there of their kingdom, of Langdin. Okay, sure, let's move in and let's wipe them out. So they're going to drop some more troops off, just let them do it, and then we'll move in. Not that it makes any difference, not that there's any point in doing this, but we might as well anyway. The undead are rising from their tombs. Great news. That's it. Oh, right, it's not us doing it. Skeletons harass travelers on the roads and rotting zombies stalk the catacombs and graveyards of our settlements. Oh, God, shit. My gold. Ow, oof. Okay, perfect. Now, that should be the majority of their armies defeated, right? Let's just take a look here. So they've got 800 men left. Yeah, I don't think they can siege the capital with that, can they? Oh, they actually potentially could. So we need to be a little bit careful, but we're only going over here anyway. It's the same sea province. The sea province is kind of large around Akvir. Oh, he actually became an experienced mage. That's not as bad as I thought. And he got ambitious. He's kind of a garbage character. We might want to keep rolling the dice. Oh, he died in an accident. Is there an event that kills off Slowed? I think the developers might have had an event that kills us. I can track that down and remove it. Oh, how annoying. So I guess because the only reason, in the game, the only way Slow can spawn is like making deals with the Cult of Worms or something like that. I don't know what else caused them, but the last time we played, when we were playing as the Dwemer, we saw them popping up on Alinor all the time. Like they took over the majority of these isles here. I wonder if there's a way to kill them off, sort of similar to High Valyrians in the Game of Thrones mod. I'll have to see what I can track down with that one. Otherwise, Kanakra, the scholar, might be the only character we're able to play as here, and that would suck. Wouldn't it be a shame if he became immortal or something? Finally, that rapacious brute, my son, has left this fine earth. Let's cut his head off and put it on our mantelpiece. Well, we're getting artifacts out of it, if nothing else. We essentially paid 200 gold. I'd just like to point out this character was vomiting just fucking... That's disgusting. we're basically paid 200 gold for a skull that gives 0.05 monthly prestige. Yeah, that was definitely worthwhile. That was worth it. Okay, advancements in our capital. We got a little bit more. Then let's go for legalism. Religious control mandate sounds fantastic. It's still going to take... Wait. No, it wasn't, you fool. I mean, we're going to go for legalism anyway, no matter what. We got more... Oh, wait, it was that? I'm very confused. Namira's power waning. Mages and scholars across the known world. She's fully regained her strength. Okay, so this is why I said we need to start raiding as soon as possible, because we're just leaving money on the table at this stage. When we're down with Namira, we could go to other places. Oh, you know what? They might actually not be able to siege down our capital because there's not enough supply. That's incredible. Okay, someone told me I was arbitrary, and I wish to change that. No. You're a failure of a Sload. Okay, we're taking their capital, and that's 100% war score. That's all it took. Oh, to be fair, we got 84% war score in battles. Thank you very much, my monkey friend. He just gave us like 400 gold. Oh my god, next episode we're going to have a feast. A feast for kings. Thank you for watching. This has been good for us. This has been very, very good. So we've actually managed to obviously make our Dutch level title. 2 more provinces there to throw into the mix. Now we are in full let's take back the Holy Sites territory. It's going to be a lot of, I don't know, scumming up the Casus Belli. If we become a warlord, I don't know if we can. I think you need to be a duke to be a warlord, don't you? So that's actually a very big step towards that. If we become a warlord, conquest our Holy Sites, convert the religion, then they will all fall to Sload. Speaking of Sload, it's my favourite Sloads of all. Alpha Scuff, Asuna Kirito, Atmosis, Average Gamer 419, Baniel, Blurry Bunny, Sidini, Conspiracy, Crazy Pet, Croesus, Danny Good, Donald, Eric B, Escape, Facundo Vasquez, Fungus King, Gogolus, Harik, Heydog, Jimbo, Jocelyn Dean Tesla, Justin Wallace, Kerning Carter, Michael Mullen, Muskratful, Nathan Flores, Necrophilin, Pelvis Presley, Sethel the Swede, Saragon, Toby Cruz, Tom Terry 18, Tyler Kendall, Vacuous Backers, and Zazzy 7011. Thank you all for your support at the insane tier levels on Patreon. It is most appreciated. Thank you for having some faith in the channel. Thank you for keeping us unmonetized, uncensored, and all that other good stuff. And the same thing goes out as well to Astro, Adam Person, Akari, Andrew Wilson. All of this was UK. Arachne44, Betimus Max, Ben Troke, Sidini, Chris, David Van Diepen, Don, Dunconi217, Fraser Brennan, Gabriel Faulkner, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, GDWK Run, Genji Zerka, Gray, Haji Damar, Hancock, Harry McGowan, Icy the Great, Israel, Jay Lara, James Barnes, You're on the Breeze, Jessica Smith, Johnny, No, Jordan Campbell, John Holiday, Joseph Beer, Justin Plock, Justin Walters, Lemon Stark, Llewellyn Thomas, Matthew, Nathan Flores, Nathaniel Lundberg, Nick, Noah Gallimore, Nixie, Pan Samu, Panther Pearl, Smirtworm, Venus Saint Pickle, Benny Meow, Will Wade, Wolfie, and Zico2. Thank you all for your support.